First of all, I'm very, very excited because this is a special day starting Roots and Shoots officially in Turkey. And I wish that I could be actually with you. It would be so much more fun. But of course, because of the COVID pandemic, I'm here in the UK and you're in Turkey. The chimpanzees, when they greet each other over a distance, have a very special call. Means, this is me, this is Jane. I was born loving animals, and from a very, very tiny age, I watched the worms and the snails and the birds. I was lucky I had a wonderful, supportive mother, and she helped me by finding books about animals so that I would learn to read more quickly. When I was growing up, there was no television, no cell phones, no internet, just books. When I was 10 years old, I found a book called Tarzan of the Apes, and I read it and I fell in love with this glorious lord of the jungle. I dreamed that when I grew up, I would go to Africa, I would live with wild animals, and I would write books about them. Everybody laughed at me. How will you get to Africa? You don't have money, Africa's far away, and you're just a girl. Girls don't do that sort of thing. But my mother said, if you really want to do this, you're going to have to work really hard, take advantage of every opportunity, and if you don't give up, maybe you find a way. No money for university, but when I left school, I saved up. A school friend invited me to Africa to stay with her for a holiday. I met my great mentor, Dr. Leakey, and he was impressed by how much I knew about African animals because I had read everything I could. He gave me this wonderful opportunity to go and study not just any animal, but the one most like us, the chimpanzee. Nobody had done it before. And once the chimpanzees came to trust me, I began to realize, my goodness, how like us they are in their behavior. They kissed, they embraced, they held hands. Mothers had long-term bonds, affectionate bonds between their offspring right up to adulthood. Males competed for dominance, swaggering, looking big and strong, just like some human politicians. I was very sad to find that just like us, chimpanzees can be very aggressive, kill each other, have a sort of war between neighboring groups. But like us, they can show love, compassion, and altruism. Back then, scientists were saying that we humans were completely different from all other animals. Only human beings had personalities, minds, and emotions. It was a very stupid way of thinking, and I had learned that wasn't true as a child from my childhood teacher, which was my dog, Rusty. So I persisted in talking about chimpanzee personality, mind, and emotion. And gradually, scientists came to understand that, in fact, I was right. I got my PhD and I began talking around the world, trying to explain to people that just like us, animals can feel fear and despair and pain. I could have stayed out in the forest with the chimpanzees forever, but I left when I understood that right across Africa, forests were being destroyed, chimpanzee numbers were getting less and less. I came to understand more and more as I traveled around the world giving talks, how we humans are destroying the planet. I met so many young people who told me they had no hope for their future because we had destroyed their future and there was nothing they could do about it. We have been stealing the future of our children, but I do not think it's too late to turn things around. And so I started Roots and Shoots because the best thing, if you feel depressed and hopeless, is to take action, to do something, to make change. We started with clearing up trash, planting trees, visiting animals in shelters and taking them treats. And as you've heard, the Roots and Shoots groups choose their own projects, and they choose something to help people, something to help animals, something to help the environment, because all of it is interconnected. And my greatest reason for hope for the future is the young people, because in all these countries, 87 countries now, groups of young people are changing the world. It's a big job because we have the climate crisis and we have loss of different animal species and plants. We are harming the natural world. But when children understand the problems and we listen to them and we empower them to take action, my goodness, their dedication and passion and energy is fantastic. Also, we've got this amazing brain, and finally we're beginning to use it to try and create technology to make the world better, like solar energy and wind energy and things like that. And we're beginning to understand that every single one of us makes an impact every single day. And if we make good choices in how we behave, millions and millions of good choices, even little good choices, make a big difference. And another reason for hope is there are so many people doing so many amazing projects, and they're tackling projects that people say, that's impossible, but they don't give up and they succeed. And finally, nature is so kind. If we give nature time and perhaps some help, even places that we have completely destroyed can once again support life. So those are my reasons for hope. And the most important message, we've said it before, I say it again, every single one of us makes a difference every single day, and we can choose what sort of difference we make. So in Tanzania, we end Roots and Shoots gatherings. I find the children saying, together we can save the world. I said, yes, I know we can, but will we? So now at the end of every meeting, everybody stands up and says, together we can, together we will save the world.